Hello, everyone. Welcome. You're with In the Kitchen with Angela today. My name is Angela, this Creole Roots girl, 47. Today I'm coming to you live in my kitchen. I'm going to be doing some salmon cakes. As usual, you know I've already prepared. So I'm going to demonstrate on what I have here today. I have a sheet pan full of fresh filleted salmon. I pre-baked already and seasoned them up pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling them. I'm gonna put them together and make me some salmon cakes today. Thank you for joining me. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lemon off, and I'm gonna do it two ways. One way I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some in the oven baked for health reasons, and then I'll do a few of them over the stove to let you see how they work out today. So thank you again. This is Saturday. You're in the kitchen with Angela, this Creole Roots girl, 47. I am Angela, and we're cooking salmon cakes today, fresh. I baked them on 400 for 20 minutes. I want to keep them moist and light, because I'm going to be adding some breadcrumbs. And what I did was basically seasoned them up with a little Creole seasoning. I added some lemon on there and butter, and then I went and baked them. So I see my dog is going nuts right now. He smells the fresh salmon, but he know he better not come in my kitchen. He loves fish, peanut butter, and things like that, but he can't have that. He's getting too old. So I'm getting everything mixed up. I'm gonna leave them in slightly big pieces. Get all the fat off of this. There's some fat that rendered after baking them. I'm just pulling some of the fat off, and I'm gonna go ahead and bake some of these, and then I'm gonna fry some over the stove. Not gonna be using too much oil. I have canola oil. I like to use canola oil. They say it's pretty healthy. Sometimes I use an olive oil blend, and I love to use real or fresh butter, of course. So I have 2 eggs that I'm gonna add. I have some onions, bell pepper, and celery with the Holy Trinity, of course. Then we're going to be adding some mayonnaise and some mustard, some lemon. And if you like yours spicy, you can add Tabasco sauce, cayenne pepper, black pepper, white pepper. They say white pepper is better for you anyway. So I have all my pieces pretty crumbled up. And there's the meat to the salmon, looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this to the side. Gonna wash my hands a little bit, because I gotta have clean, dry hands to do this. Gonna be adding 2 types of breadcrumbs today. They're always gonna be Italian breadcrumbs. They come seasoned already. I don't want to overwhelm my dish. So I have my Holy Trinity here: bell pepper, onion, and celery. A little parsley in there as well. Gonna go ahead and add that in. Gives it a nice bite. I have my 2 eggs here. I have fresh lemon. And I have mustard and mayo, and my 2 types of breadcrumbs. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be preparing this. So I'll get a fork and mix these onions and stuff in. And you can also do this same recipe with crab meat. Yes, you can. It's a great recipe. You can add crab meat in there. Do it a little different. You can even make tuna cakes. I know a lot of people, old school, like to use do croquettes, but this is not a croquette because people add potatoes to croquettes, and that's not what I'm doing. This is just a regular salmon cake patty, and it's gonna be used with Italian breadcrumbs. There's the panko kind, which I'm gonna coat after on each side, and then there's the regular kind that I'm gonna add into the patty. So I have my 2 eggs here, and I'm gonna beat them a little bit. Gotta get the shell out. You don't want to add shells in your food, especially when you're preparing it for somebody else. So I have 2 eggs here. Throw that to the side. I'm gonna take and beat my eggs. And see, I already seasoned the salmon when I cooked it, so I don't want to overkill my food. I will test it to see if I need anything extra. But I'm going to go ahead and add my cup of breadcrumbs. I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of mayonnaise, and a little bit is heaping, a little bit more. I want it to be nice and flaky, but I also want it to be moist and savory. So then I'm going to add my mustard, and I'm also going to add my lemon. So like I said, Creole seasoning comes with all the ingredients, almost all of it. So really, I don't have to add too much seasoning, but I will test it when I put it in the fryer to see if I need anything more. So I'm going to begin by adding all my ingredients together. Then I'm going to start creating the cakes for you guys. And this is a real good savory meal. You can eat it as an appetizer. You can add it as a main meat for your food. You can do it, you can have it over anything you like, really. Even have it with a salad. So I'm just getting all these mixtures together, combining them. I've been heating up my pan, and I'm gonna do a tester one first to see how it came together, if anything needs anything extra. Normally when I pre-season my food and bake it, and I add the breadcrumbs and all that, that's already seasoned, I normally don't need anything extra for it. So but I'll test it to make sure. Right now I have my pan heating up, and before I start forming all the patties, I am gonna go ahead and see how it tastes. I'll get a little more mayonnaise in there because this is a lot. So just want to make sure they're nice and moist, but they stay together. They form a good patty. So yeah, I had a friend. She's like one of my daughters. She asked me, "Oh, it's my birthday. Can you please make me some crab cakes or salmon cakes?" I said, "Well, you have to order the crab in advance because the stores have been packed due to the COVID-19. So it's kind of hard to get seafood. I have to know in advance for that because I order my groceries and have them sent to my home." So I'm going to add the oil in my pan, canola oil. I'm not going to coat the pan heavily. It's not going to be that heavy because you don't want to overwhelm your cakes with oil. You want them light, fluffy, nice, and want them to maintain their cake, but you also don't want them greasy. You want them to have a lot of flavor, but you don't want your patties greasy. So I think I have it here. Here's my panko breadcrumbs. It's a little more coarser, and they're seasoned as well. So I'm going to form a small patty and see how they come out. Just a small one, just to do a tester. Got all my ingredients here, and this is how it looks. This is the patty. You can see that. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the panko breadcrumbs just to coat it, to give that outer layer that crust. And let me check my oil. It's on low, so I'm going to bring it up, bring the temperature up. My oil is low, so I'm bringing the temperature up so that the grease can start getting hot. And you don't want to taste this with raw egg in it, so it's okay to wait for the oil to get warm so we can start frying it, but we're also going to bake some as well. So it's just the patty here. I have it all set. It's holding its shape because of the 2 eggs plus the breadcrumbs. This is the small patty. It's just for a tasting. So I have a pan, a clean pan, that I'm going to be putting on the patties on to bake them. And once I assemble them. So we're just waiting for the grease to get heated up. Yeah, it's not heated up yet. So the patties will be ready in just a moment. Let me wash my hands. I hope you all are doing good today. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday and they're doing some things to keep them busy. It's always a good thing to always keep yourself busy. You can read a book for 20 minutes. You can go take a walk. You can ride your bike if you have a bike. Play some games with your children. Do something constructive today. Just waiting for this oil to heat up, like I said. Just enjoying this great Saturday. I did work today. I had to work about 4 hours. I work for a call center, but I'm so privileged to be able to work at home or from home. It's a good feeling so that I can stay protected due to the COVID-19 and what's all going on out there in the world today, Lord. But it's a good day for me. It's a good day for you, I hope. And we're going to get the salmon cakes set up in just a moment. I'm just waiting for the oil to start heating up. And we'll get that prepared. I'll do a tasting. If I need to add more seasoning, that's what I'll do. So if you have any dishes you'd like me to do, or you decide that you need me to make you a dish, you can hit me up through Facebook or Instagram. My page on Instagram is In the Kitchen with Angela, or I have one where you can do Creole Roots 47. That's my page. I have a lot of food on there. You can check it out on my website. And I'll keep the recipes going. Every now and then on a Saturday and Sunday, I'll show you what I do in my kitchen. Thank you for joining me today. It's great to have you here Saturday. When you could be somewhere else, you're here with me. Thanks for that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and see if the patty's ready. And I'm going to get it in the oil. Yeah, it's frying up now. So we're going to get this done. I'm going to spray my pan with oil. Make sure it's pretty coated. And we're going to start assembling the patties. And like I said, we'll get it going. So it is frying up. I want it to turn golden brown on both sides. And then we'll taste it to see where it's at. So come on in. I'm going to be doing a YouTube channel soon. I'll also have a cookbook coming out. And if you have any questions or concerns regarding anything, or you don't know how to cook and you just want to learn, hit me up. All you have to do is hit me up on one of my pages, In the Kitchen with Angela or Creole Roots Girl 47. I'm there for you. This is Angela in the kitchen today. Things feel kind of slow today, but we're working that out. We're working it out. So my patty is beginning to fry. Just want you to take a look at that. I'm going to let it get golden brown on both sides. And then we'll test it to see what's happening. So right now, I just want you to know that my Saturday has been kind of slow. My customer base was really high today, very seriously high. So my patty's cooking real good, but I had a nice time. I was talking to some people. People always seem to get my accent. Are you from New Orleans? Yes, I am. Born and raised New Orleans girl. Love my life, I tell you. So my patty's frying up pretty good. I'm just waiting for it to become golden brown, and that way we can do a test today. I'm gonna let some of the fat from the grease render off on a paper towel. Then we'll do a testing. I wanna make sure the flavors are actually good. You know, when you're giving this to somebody, you want your food, everything you do actually, you want it to be 100%. If you're gonna give somebody something, make sure it's your best. That's the only way to bless somebody. Give people your best. So, I am here making up some patties. People love these patties, and you can make a nice remoulade sauce, but I just like to eat them with some yellow rice, some vegetables on the side. That's a real good Sunday meal. It could be a Saturday meal too. Most people, children, they like to dip. I'm not a dipper, so you probably won't see me dipping too much. I'm always concerned about my calories and my health, because I do have some health challenges. But I keep it 100. If you want to do anything, everything you do, let it be in moderation. Lately, I've been doing too much, though. I've been liking to drink a lot of liquids that are sweet. That's not good. Liquids rush through your body worse than it is if I ate cake. So you got to be careful with that sugar in your diet, especially when you have situations that calls for you to do things right. Sometimes we just don't want to, and things start flaring up and rearing up in your body, and you just want to get a hold of something sweet. But then you don't know how to quit. You just keep on trying to get a hold of something sweet. So I got to let it be moderate when I do stuff, because I want to maintain a healthy diet, you know? It's not good to just be sick and a burden on people. So you want to try to do right by yourself. So this is my patty. It's nice and golden brown. See? And I'm going to check out my salmon cake and see how it turned out. First, I'm going to let the grease render off it. And I'll put my pan to the side just a little bit. I don't want it to overheat because I have to do the other patties. But I'm going to also put some in the oven on 400 for about, say, 20 to 30 minutes until they're golden brown on both sides. And I'm going to go ahead. It's going to be hot. I'm going to check my patty and see how I like the flavor. Perfect. It needs no other flavoring. That is good. So I'll get back over here. And I'm going to start the assembly line, if you can see that. We'll get to, it's so delicious too. It really is. It's bursting with flavor. So you don't always have to add so much salt and things to your diet. If you prepare it right the first time, which is prepping, you'll get good results. Since I know the seasonings that I use, which is Creole seasoning, is very flavorful by Tony Saturate. And then I use the Italian breadcrumbs, which is seasoned as well. And then with my mustards and mayonnaise and eggs and all that, it brought all the flavors in together with the seasoning, the Holy Trinity. And then the topping is also filled with seasoning. So this is going to be perfect. I'm going to create some good sized patties today. And like I said, we're going to be baking them in the oven. And I want them kind of uniform. And I'm going to pack some of them away. And I'm going to ship them off to my friend. This is a birthday gift. And this is the size of the patty. You can see that. You see it's formed together very well. You see all my seasonings. I'm just gonna coat it. Each patty will get coated with the breadcrumbs. And like I said, these are the panko breadcrumbs, so they're coarse. But if I was using, like I did the Italian breadcrumb seasoning, they're not coarse, they're fine, because that was the inside base of it. So now I'm going ahead and coating them, so I need to go ahead and have it a little more coarse on that side. So it was an honor to do this. I love to cook. I mean, I can't have too many people around me right now because I do have an autoimmune disease. So it was a pleasure to have this take place today. And she'll come and pick it up. She'll do a drive-by knock. So she's gonna let me know when she's made it here. I'll leave them in a bag in a nice sealed container for her, and I hope she enjoys this for her birthday. Yeah, so she'll probably let y'all know how it was. She'll give you a review. So, but they're perfect. They came out very good and flavorful. It's always good to make that butter, get that butter in there. Man, that's a good taste right there when you use real butter. Eggs, the right kind of ingredients makes anything great, you know? Makes it all great. So I'm getting all my patties. They're going to be in a nice formation. All of them about the same size. I'm getting them in a pan so that I can go ahead and get them to their rightful owner. I'm going to save me a few for me because I can eat this later today, or I can have it for my Sunday meal. So I'll just eat about 2 of them. Yeah, but my son, they love these patties. They're really good. I had made some when my family came in town for the holidays. I don't even think they would have lasted. I had to hurry up and put my son some aside. They tore them up. It was so good. They really enjoyed the patties. They tore them up. And I'm glad. I like to cook and I like to serve people. I love dinner parties. It's a pleasure for me. Be kind to me and I'll be kind to you. That's the motto, right? So I'm forming them. Making sure I get them all good. And you can watch this and other videos that I do when I go live on Facebook. You can watch what I do and how I do it. I try to do quick videos, no more than 15 to 20 minutes a video. Don't want it to be too long, but I'm setting this up, getting my patties taken care of, forming a little assembly line, trying to make them all uniform, you know. And there you have it, another patty. Placing them down. And this could be a pretty sloppy job, but that's okay. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love to cook. I get that from my mama, my aunts, my grandmother. They were all good women. If you wanted to learn how to be a wife, they could teach you. Trust me. My aunts and my mother, my grandmother, they were awesome women. They can cook anything. They can bring up anything, take scraps and make it wonderful. You know, I come from a big family. It was an awesome family though. And I appreciate every one of them. Whether they get on my nerves or not, I probably get on their nerves too. But it is what it is. I ain't gonna stop. I won't stop. They'll be fine. So I got my patties all done. Got my patties all squared away. I'm gonna take 2 of them. I'm gonna place them in a fryer for you to see how I do it. And that way, everything will be good to go. I have my patties all set up. I gotta wash my hands. Told you it's a messy job. Here are the patties. They're all perfect and coated. And then I'm gonna get 2 of them over there in the fryer. And let me coat them a little bit more. And then the rest of them will bake. How about that? So I'm gonna put them in the oven, 400 degrees. Let them go turn golden brown, and then we'll work from there. So let me get my hands cleaned up pretty good. And I'll put them in the oven, like I said, on 400, and let them bake until they're golden brown. I'm gonna let them cool down, package them up, and get them over to my girl for her birthday. That's what she wanted for her birthday. It's amazing how most women would like some kind of gift. I guess she said food is her gift. So I understand that fully. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a plate out. Put these 2 on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and fry them in my pan. The rest of them, they're gonna go in the oven. And there you go. There you have it. So they'll cook for me for a while. We're gonna go ahead and transfer over to the oven again, to the stove, and we're gonna get these taken care of. I'm gonna cook some salmon cakes, and it's really delicious. I love this. It has so much flavor. It's delicious. Didn't need any seasoning or anything. It's great. So there's not much oil in the pan. We don't want to overdo it with our oil. We don't want the cakes to be greasy. So my pan is ready. It's heated up. I'm going to drop the patty in. Let it start frying up golden brown. And voila, we'll have some patties in just a moment. So this is pretty good. It came out perfect. Like I said, you can make a nice remoulade sauce with it. You can use cocktail sauce you buy. But everything, when it's from scratch, is better. It tastes way better. If you don't use those sauces, then you can use tartar sauce. Or you can just use plain old ketchup. I heard some people say they even use syrup. And they eat them with grits. I'm like, I've never heard of that. Must be some Mississippi kind of thing. And I found out my friend was from Mississippi. But I've heard people actually pour syrup on their salmon cakes, their croquettes. I'm not into that. So I guess I'm gonna use a fork to turn them over. You wanna cook them about 3 minutes on each side. Get them nice and golden brown. And let me check it now and see where we're at with that. Yeah, I'll let it sit a little bit more. It's almost there. I want it to be pretty as this one. Nice and golden brown color. See that? Look at that. It's moist inside. It's beautiful. It tastes so great. Want a bite? Here you go. Take a bite of that salmon cake. It's delicious. So, I think it's time to go ahead and flip them. We don't want them dark. We want them good and golden. We want them very pretty, you know? I guess these will be my two. I'll eat one today for dinner with salad and one tomorrow with salad. They hold together really well when you put the right amount of ingredients in there. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this one. And they're coming out really beautiful, you guys. So you don't want to disturb your food too much when you're cooking it, because you want it to hold its form. And you don't want to mess up the form. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? They're coming out nice and golden brown. And it doesn't take them long to cook, because I'll tell you this. I've already pre-cooked, pre-prepped everything and cooked it already. I just had to bind the ingredients together, and because of the egg in there, that's why I'm cooking it again. But you want to do this. So sometimes it's called twice baked food or twice cooked food. So the patties are coming together really good. They're forming a nice, beautiful crust. And this is going to work out really well. I really thank you for joining me. I'll probably do another video tomorrow. I'll surprise you. I won't tell you what I'm doing. I'll surprise you, okay? Thank you for joining me again. If you have any other things that you want to do, or you feel like you would like me to cook, because you're not a person to be in the kitchen, you can hit me up through Facebook. You can hit me up on Instagram. Either way it goes, you can hit me up. And I'll be glad to make your dish that you enjoy. And it does come with a cost though. So holla at Creole Roots Girl 47. This is Angela in the kitchen. Thank you for joining my channel. We're almost done. These are almost ready. I'll show you the finishing touches, and then we'll log off. Yes, it's coming out perfect. I love when my food is so beautiful. I might even one day make some remoulade sauce from scratch for you and let you see that. You know, you remember the video with the tartar sauce? That tartar sauce was so good too. I can actually use that tartar sauce with this. It'll be perfect. I have more for you. You want to join me? Come on and join me. You're in the kitchen with me today. Join me. Make a dish. Post it. Yeah, that'll be great. So I think my patties are ready. I'm going to go ahead. It doesn't take them very long, because like I said, the meal is already cooked. And I have my patties all ready. So I'm going to turn them over to my plate. And I'll let you see the finishing touches. But here are my salmon patty cakes. Aren't they beautiful? Go ahead, you can have some. It was a pleasure having you here with me today. Thank you for joining in the kitchen with Angela. I'm signing out. Bye.